Leo, when you're bringing new people into the company, what are you looking for?
We have gone through a number of hirings as we've grown, as we've expanded into other areas. And one of the things that I'd like to think that we do considerably better today, 14 years later, is make better hiring decisions. And I think the key to that actually, or the single most important thing that's allowed us to do that, is we've more accurately identified what skill sets we need in that person. The rest of it still comes down, I make, and the team makes as good a decisions as they ever made before, based upon your instinct, and, you follow through on references and things like that, right? We do that as well as we ever did. I don't think we've ever improved on that. But identifying what we need in somebody for the position that they're going into, I think we've improved immensely. And we've spent an awful lot of time and effort in debating it. Sadly, we spent time in trial and error of hiring the wrong people. And to be candid, it has changed. Pre-recession, for example, we needed in the sales department, we needed far more farmers than we needed hunters. We had more business really than we could handle, and so we just needed people to nurture that business along and take advantage. We needed people who had technical skills, right? Because they were farming, if you will. Post-recession, and now we're in this growth spurt again into new markets. We go, now we need very different people. So then we say, okay, well, we need hunters, right? We use salespeople for an example, and you go, well, what exactly is a hunter? What skill sets do they have? What's their personality like that's different from somebody else? And we've used some professional. We've outsourced some of those ideas. Again, we've used your company to do that. Our advisory board for the company, there's a lot of experience that resides in there. I've got input from them, plus some common sense. We go through a much more exhaustive process because the more times you see somebody, the more likely you are to see who they really are. Right, and not just the superficial stuff, and so you start to look down through that. We've also used a kind of a modern online personality test that doesn't tell you whether somebody's a good person or a bad person, just tells you how suited they may be for your position. And I think that's very, very important to fill those holes. Again, in my position, I'm always looking somewhat further ahead, and it's clear to me that sometimes if all we hire is hunters today, that in 5 years they may not fit the bill necessarily for what we need, but that's okay because I'm building the company, and when we get to that point, we'll address it. The other thing that we have done, and I'm quite proud of this, it's not necessarily an easy thing to do. But when we hire somebody, if we determine that it's not that we made a mistake, there's no sense carrying on indefinitely, right? Not for the company, not for the individual, So there's some pretty sound reason why there's 90-day trial periods, and we use that. And if it's clear, oftentimes you realize in the first couple of weeks if that person has the correct attitude or not. So if it is, you need to pull the plug, let that person get on with their life, and let us get on. And then the other thing is that we would always put a greater emphasis on technical skills, right? Even the ability to type with Excel or whatever that was, it was technical. And today it's very clear to me that it really truly is the soft skills that people have, their own. How much they motivate themselves. Can they be taught, or are they a learner? That's very big. If you have people who get taught, then you need to have a very good training program for them. We're I don't know if we're a small or mid-sized company, 25 people. We need learners. We need people who'll pick things up on their own and move forward with that.